So we're gonna head over to Dr. Garneau's lab again and continue this Leviathan mission. There's a part of me that goes, I don't know. I kind of feel like, oh right, there was something over here that I could scan, right?
Signal confirmed.
There it is. Heck yeah, investigate before they all show up. Oh my goodness. All right, we got that. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna get this, and that puts us at 100%. Glad I remembered. Otherwise, I would have come back and been like, oh, wait, didn't I have didn't I have things to scan on this planet? Anyways, yeah, I don't know about continuing. Ooh, lost found. Dispatch 10 probes, retrieve blah blah blah. Got synth diamond heat sinks. Ooh, my. Keep those processors cooled. I'm not sure about continuing with Leviathan. I think Leviathan is a great, like an absolute great DLC so far. But I also am a little disappointed I did it so early. And that really just boils down to the Banshees in the last episode. Like it just, I don't know, it rubbed me the wrong way. And I've honestly been thinking about that all week. Where I'm like, you know, I think about, oh, I should do Mass Effect today. And I go, yeah, but like at the same time, should I? Because I got kind of annoyed the last time I played. The fact that they threw the Banshees in when they shouldn't have. I got squad powers to spend. I don't know. It's one of those weird things. Yeah. Also, I don't think I'm going to get into combat here because it's not giving me any armor. But you never know. Maybe I should spend those points regardless.
We need to shield the artifact they've got here right away.
Using Garneau's data, I should be able to accomplish this without difficulty.
Damn thing's been here the whole time. Why weren't we affected?
Perhaps the amount of time spent near the artifact is key. After a certain duration, it affords Leviathan an impressive mind control capability.
If the Reapers are worried about it, then Leviathan has my attention. We could use that kind of edge.
Nevertheless, we should remain cautious. It's likely that Leviathan compelled Bryson's assistant to murder him.
Point taken. Just shows we don't know what we're dealing with.
Despite the risk, this artifact remains our only link to finding Leviathan. Perhaps we could find more information about it here in the lab.
Agreed. Bryson's team might have turned up something we missed. I'll look around.
That's a good point. All right, let's look around. I like that the skull is one of the things to look at. Sure. Data file. I thought we read this. Conclusion, artifact's definitely inert safe. Recommended keeping it here for reference. Yeah, I believe I've...
They were testing the artifact for energy emissions.
And found nothing. Still, I recommend leaving it shielded.
Huh, okay, maybe not. Maybe I should actually read through these. Huh? Okay, cool. That didn't do anything.
Anything interesting about the artifact's structure?
It is not constructed of the same compounds used in standard Reaper technology. Beyond that, nothing of relevance.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's not a Reaper. Like I said, I think that I mean, look at this thing. It's like this big ball.
Bryson's assistant Hadley. Do we have an update on his status?
He is in a vegetative state. The doctors believe it is permanent.
But the miners recovered when the artifact was destroyed.
Hadley lost consciousness when he attempted to answer our questions about Leviathan. It may have been a deliberate attempt to silence him permanently.
Sure, but like as soon as this is destroyed, maybe he'll wake up. So let's not consider him gone just yet. I think what I find interesting is they keep being like, well, maybe it's Reaper stuff, but I think that's a big red herring. I don't think it is a Reaper. I think it's something different. And I think these artifacts, the little ball artifacts, are like conduits in which it like communicates or uses its power through. So it's got like a hive mind thing kind of going on. Maybe it's tough. It's tough to say exactly, but yeah, I definitely don't think, excuse me, that it's a Reaper, at least right now. It's very possible that it could be, and I'm just a dum-dum, and I need to be a little bit more, or a little less dismissive of the Reaper idea, potentially. But right now, I'm like, yeah, it's not. Definitely not a Reaper. And, you know, to go in line with this, I kind of wish that this kind of thing was in a more modern game. Like that they could like rip this Leviathan DLC and put it in a modern game, because I feel like it could be done so much better. Like I'm just waiting for the next breakthrough in RPGs. You look at Mass Effect and Dragon Age, and those were a breakthrough in this like dialogue wheel thing with like the truncated responses down at the bottom, that you get an idea of what you're gonna say, or at least the tone, and then you just pick one. And what that is that is the start of getting people into role playing, like getting into their character, thinking about what their character is going to do rather than what they would do. That is role playing. And those little responses, they started opening people's minds to that concept. And I'm really curious what the next generation of RPGs is going to be like, that takes that concept and iterates on it heavily, and is the next big step in the right direction of like, you know, it's not just a set of dialogue that you could choose from. It's more expansive than that. I think that would be really, really interesting.
Edie, what project was Garneau working on when he found the artifact?
Basilisk.
Got anything on Basilisk?
Several ships, a mythical creature, and a rare mid-tier enemy type in the Galaxy of Fantasy video game. It possesses a gaze attack capable of triggering synced animation kills. Player forums describe it as overpowered.
I meant the project, Edie.
Oh. Then, no.
There's got to be something here on this artifact. What about the server?
Bryson's assistant wiped the office server and destroyed all backups, likely before killing Bryson. However, records show new messages on Bryson's personal comm terminal upstairs.
Could be worth a look.
Okay, we can go up there. Yeah, I want like a BioWare RPG that has more depth to the I don't know why I like couldn't say depth to the choices that you're making, and not just in a linear like here's all this dialogue, you choose the dialogue, right? It's more like, yeah, more actual like player choice, and that's super hard to do because right now you're limited based on the amount of choices you can actually put in a game. This isn't like No Man's Sky where you could choose to go to whatever of the billions of planets or whatever there is. No, it's more like you know you're going through a narrative beat, so you do have to make choices that align with that narrative beat. But I want a game that allows me, and this is like far future stuff, I think, but I want a game that allows me to not just pick from a set of dialogue, that instead has me choosing, like, you know, I'm looking through this lab right now, but I'm looking for specific things that they've put in this lab. I can't like just go over there to that computer and start like opening up files and start looking through that kind of thing. Now that's a lot more expansive than what I'm actually envisioning, but when it comes to like dialogue between characters, being able to just like type in what I want to say and have the AI, the, you know, quote unquote AI, at that point interpret what I'm trying to get at and have questions answered for me based on that. I think that would be super duper cool.
A message from Dr. Bryson's daughter, Anne. According to my records, she worked with her father.
I'm at the dig site in the Pylos Nebula. Project Scarab paid off. I've got another artifact like the one Garneau found. I think it could be affecting people's behavior. You need to shield the one in your office. I tried to warn Garneau, but I can't get through. We've got Reaper scouts coming in toward the main site. I'm heading to the secondary base to grab what research I can.
Anne Bryson was attempting to contact Garneau on the asteroid colony. She seems to know something about the artifact.
She's the only one who does. Wherever she is, we have to find her.
She sounded concerned for her safety. If Reaper forces are closing on her position,
Then we find her first.
she said she was in the Pylos Nebula, working for Project Scarab. That cluster contains several systems. I'll call up the nebula on the galaxy map. We may also search the lab for clues to narrow down her location.
Cool. You know, the funny thing is I mentioned like that whole concept of the being able to type in your response and actually have like the AI respond to what you're asking or the responses that you have and like the tone that you're trying to get out. But they already have a game that does that. It's called Tabletop RPGs. D&D for example, is a great example of this, where you go and you're telling your choices through another human being who's interpreted your choices through the rules, and is you're having collaborative storytelling. So they already have that. It's actually quite good. So if I want that in a video game, I should probably just go play a tabletop RPG and do it that way. But it would be cool to have that kind of freedom in RPGs and video games. We're not there yet, though. I do say yet. I do think we're going to get there eventually.
Access card. Any idea what it opens?
The requisitions locker. According to records, it was last used by Anne Bryson to obtain equipment for Project Scarab.
Okay. Can we get a shotgun out of this? That'd be great. Do I remember there being a locker here? Maybe over here? No. Oh, wait, what was that? Datapad.
Does anything in Anne Bryson's work history suggest where she might be?
Nothing relevant.
I should probably look around because we got the scope.
The idea if Project Scarab involved Element Zero?
Unlikely. We may learn more from the Project Requisitions locker.
Yeah, that's definitely what I want to look at.
Any correlation between Project Scarab and these unexplained creature sightings?
Not beyond Leviathan itself.
Yeah, I feel like looking around is a good idea. PDA Task Force Aurora, current travel requisitions. Project Basilisk, Team Leader Garneau Alex. Transport MSV Kirkwall. Kirkwall. That's a Diablo 2 reference, or not Diablo 2, a Dragon Age 2 reference. Project Scarab, Team Leader Bryson, and Transport MSV Icarus.
Anne Bryson flew out on a ship called the Icarus. Can you track its movements?
No. The Reapers have disrupted civilian comm buoys. But we might learn more if we find the ship's specifications. There are specifications for several ships here. We need to find the Icarus.
This is the Nequinus.
Which ship am I looking for again?
The Icarus.
Okay, there we go.
The Icarus. Here we go.
The ship has enhanced electrostatic discharge cells. They facilitate long-range FTL travel.
So they jumped to the Pylos Nebula by mass relay, then flew to another system.
Yes. Otherwise, they would have chartered a less expensive ship.
Okay, we can rule out the relay system.
You know, that's not something I just leveled up. Level 44. Man, we're getting close to 50. Let's look at the fragment.
The Reapers. Let's hope we find Anne before they do.
Yeah, that's not something I had actually considered about Mass Effect, is the concept of FTL travel. I know that they've mentioned it once or twice, but they don't hang a lantern on it, and they don't talk about it often.
Can you identify this, Edie?
It originates with a pre-spaceflight culture, but there are none recorded in the Pylos Nebula.
Interesting. Yeah, so you get like this, oh goodness, what was I saying? My brain just went. This is how it's been the past like a week. I've been busy, tired. That's why I'm playing Mass Effect. It's nice. It's relaxing at the moment. We're just doing a little, a little sighting, a little exploration.
Let's see what Anne Bryson requisitioned for
Can't believe I
Project
walked
Scarab.
past that. Oh, FTL travel. So the interesting thing for me is the concept that, at the end of Mass Effect 3, what ends up happening in the Milky Way leads to the Mass Effect relays just not being operable. And if that's the case, you can't get around. But we got to consider Mass Effect 4. It's coming out. It's going to be set in the Milky Way. It's going to contain familiar characters like Liara. And there has to be some kind of interplanetary travel or intersystem travel, solar system travel. Is that what yeah. And they need FTL travel for that. And I hadn't ever really considered that being an option. The last time I beat Mass Effect 3, I just went like, oh, it's interesting. They're all kind of just stuck. That's a cool problem to have to figure out, and a fun problem to have to storytell around, because it limits the amount of travel that can happen. Limitations are actually quite good for storytelling a lot of the time. But in this case, I find it interesting because I really hadn't ever considered FTL travel. And they brought it up, and I'm like, oh yeah, I guess they could very slowly travel between systems, and that's quite cool. Equipment, missing equipment.
Wind protection gear. Didn't take breathing masks.
Based
Okay.
on what Anne Bryson did or did not requisition, the dig site was arid but habitable.
Get me a filter for systems with compatible planets.
It only just now dawned on me that the suit that's hanging in there is not... Well, actually, what they've done is they've just used a body. They've used a character that they've like folded and like... It's really weird, but that's what they've done, which is why it looks kind of filled out. Like a person is actually inside of it. But I thought it was like the bottom of a Reaper at first. Like it's just like some weird like plushie that they had. Ooh, Assault Rifle Omniblade 1. Interesting upgrade. That reminds me of getting all the cool upgrades in Dragon Age.
What about
The
criminal
DLCs.
activity in the Pylos Nebula?
Because the area is part of the Attican Traverse, criminal reports are unreliable at best.
Okay. I think one of my favorite parts of the DLC, I mentioned this recently in Dragon Age, is getting... I'm going to go do it once over just real quick. Is getting all the cool armor and whatnot.
Loch Ness Monster?
Plesiosaur.
Loch Ness Monster's more interesting.
Interesting and non-existent.
Says you, Edie. You're not a human. You don't know. You weren't on Earth. You're just a robot. All right, let's go over to the galaxy map. Ship schematics, equipment. Let's do equipment.
Based on the search data, it is one of these two systems.
Okay, what if I add in the ship schematics?
Based on the data, only one system remains a viable possibility.
All right, cool.
Let's go get Anne Bryson.
Cool. I guess that's where we're going. Are we done? I don't have to look at it or anything? Okay, cool. I guess. Then we just go back to my ship. Yeah, okay, cool. Return to the Normandy, because I don't need to shop at the moment. I mean, I do need to level up. But I'm not too interested in... Yeah, I'm not gonna come do some of the side quests here at the moment. I'm gonna finish up the Leviathan DLC before I do anything else in the galaxy, because once that's done, then I feel a little bit more free to get the other stuff done. Even though I was just complaining at the beginning of the episode that I didn't want to do it, and I'm like, I wish I had saved it, because then it wouldn't ruin that cool moment for anybody who hasn't seen it. Which I know there are people who've never played through Mass Effect who are watching this, and I want to keep it fresh for you. Where are we going? Over here. Scan the dig site. I can dig it, one might say. That one's for you. Person who groaned at that stupid joke. I'll look around here. Maybe one more?
I found something.
Yeah, let's look. Enter orbit. Do I have to scan? I do. Let's go down here. Boop. Give me potato salad. We get the Jovian dissertation. War asset. We have a lot of war assets, actually. Oh, I'm missing an asset there. Should I check this one out while we're over here? Probably. Enter system. Oh, that's a big system. All right, can we scan here? Nothing. Can we scan here?
Signal confirmed.
Cool. Actually, we're not getting Reapers in this one, so I may as well just jump in here and I got fuel. Just jump in here and scan everything. There's no reason not to. Start scanner. I kind of feel like there needs to be more interesting rewards from this. Like the war assets, fine, whatever. Radiation shielding sheath war asset acquired, like whatever, sure, I guess. But what does that have to do with anything that I'm doing? It doesn't say like, hey, this is for the Crucible, which that one particularly was, but it doesn't give you any information on it. It just gives you a title and you're left to discern like what's going on with it. And that's not a bad thing when it's interesting information, but when it's just like another war asset, like it could just be called war assets and it would be literally the same thing. They don't need a description of it. Search successful. Scans have located a close grouping of environmentally shielded habitats. and an active power source. Closer examination is required to confirm dig site presence.
We have located Anne Bryson's dig site.
Before I go ahead and start doing that, let's check out the rest of this system. Because I want to make sure that I scan everything before the Reapers start doing their thing here. It's possible I have to go to the planet, but I don't think that's how that works. There it is. I was like just off from that scan when I went over there, I guess. More fuel, doesn't matter. See, like that's another thing. It's so inconsequential. Like fuel, sure. You know, we got through all of Mass Effect 2 without needing free fuel like that. So why would they just, I don't know. Yeah, it makes me wish that there were other options. What are his, I really like the black. Let's go with the black. Let's go with him and Liara. Wait, didn't I take Liara last time? Maybe him and Garrus? Let's see what they say. Him and Garrus. Accept. I'm sure Garrus has some funny dialogue with him. Okay, I don't need any of that, so we'll confirm those weapons. I've got 8 points. Goodness, okay. Shockwave, I think is what we were leveling up. So let's do that. Force damage, cool. What we got? Force damage by 30. Impact radius by 30. Ooh. That's actually pretty cool. Much larger area. But I think I'm going to do the force and damage because I'd rather do more damage to the things I'm actually hitting. I only have 1 point, so we'll back out. Let's go to Garrus, who has also 8 points. Goodness. Custom shot. Let's do damage. Force and damage to frozen targets. Well, I'm not freezing targets at the moment. Oh, I don't even have enough points to give him that. That's fine. We'll move on to Javik. And I can't give him slam. So, okay, confirm. Let's get to this mission.
So we got reports of an attack on an excavation site.
Right. Edie, can you tell us anything else?
This is the main site of a series of excavations established under Dr. Garrett Bryson. Staff records confirm the project lead is his daughter, Anne. She has recently uncovered another artifact possibly linked to Leviathan. That discovery must have made this dig site a target.
Yes. An attack means we're on the right trail. And since Bryson's daughter is our only lead, our objective is clear. Cortez?
Nothing so far, Commander. If she's down there, she hasn't responded to our hails. Getting some strange signals, though. Give me a minute.
The artifacts she uncovered may have caused problems. We know they're dangerous.
Agreed. Take us in closer.
Copy that.
Oh, there was an explosion. Okay.
We have hostiles!
Yep.
Take us in.
Commander, on the landing platform!
Who are these
That's
dudes? Oh, okay.
Okay, let's get...
Damn!
Jeez.
Tracking multiple bogies!
Get us over there!
Negative, it's too hot. Heading to lower platform. Hang on! There, go!
Jump!
It's just like, get out of there. Can we turn and shoot at those things? Maybe, you know, take some heat off? Whoa,
We can't
goodness.
stay here, Shepard.
Yeah, I guess not.